Hello everybody, Sean here from Murray NJ08. Glad you could stop by and join me today. It is finally episode 3 of Questions for the Goof. You know what the show's about. Those of you that are new to the channel, I'll give you a rundown of the show. This is a series that I started a while back, and it's basically all the questions that you guys have. I gather them over the course of a few months, and then I get enough of them, and then I make a show and I answer your questions. These can come from YouTube, personal YouTube messages, Google+, Facebook, and mostly Twitter. And then when I get enough of them and I think that they're good, I make a show and I answer them, and I give everybody's name out and give them credit for the question. So I like to do this. This is only our 3rd episode, as I like to space these out. There might be one more before the end of this year. I'll probably do one around the holiday. So let's get right into the questions, because I know you want to hear the answers. And these are some good ones, and I know I keep saying this, but episode 3, I think this is going to be one of the best ones. There's some really, really good questions here. And it's not always just game-related questions either. It could be really about anything. Okay. Now, just so you know, this is real, this is live. Of course, naturally, I sifted through the questions and I wrote them down and I glanced at them, but I didn't really give them any thought. So I'll actually be answering these right on camera for the first time. Would you ever consider doing an Atari Retro special? And that's, pronounce me if I'm saying names wrong. Sometimes they're some crazy names. Todd Jekma. Yeah, I would definitely consider doing an Atari Retro special. As you know, those of you that follow me, this year we experimented with some retro stuff. I did it on my old channel, Murray NJ06. I'm trying to bring that back to 08, my new channel, or my newer channel, my current channel. We did a Blast from the Past this summer, where I put up Twitter polls, and people voted on what games they wanted to see. Now, of course, we couldn't get through them all, and they weren't complete playthroughs. Again, that's not what this channel does. You know, there is other channels for that. We just check these games out, we play them for a while, see how they do, and then I move on to the next thing. I finish the games myself. Of course, a lot of these retro games I've already beaten back in the day. But, yeah, we did a Blast from the Past, and we got through quite a few games. There was still so many, so next summer, hopefully that'll come back. I'm sure it will. And as far as a retro, Atari Retro special, yeah, I would actually love to do that. Whether on the original 2600, maybe the flashback, the 5200, the 7800, we'll probably go through them all. I would actually definitely love to do that. Maybe make a week or two of just Atari games, and then I'll put up polls on what games you want to see, you know? Or I'll just, you know, do the most demanding ones. So that's definitely an idea. Thanks for that. I'm always looking for new ideas for this channel. Sometimes my brain don't work that well and I need advice. What games are you most excited for that are coming to the Wii U? Tammy Gamer Girl, woo! Gotta have Nintendo love. You know what? I've talked about this many times. There's so many. I mean, I don't know if you're talking about the holiday season coming up, what's actually recently been coming out. My view of the whole thing, and I've gone into depth on this channel in the past, and you know that, especially during my E3 coverage. You know, I think it was a slow start, but you know what? I think it's really picking up really well right now. And I think there's a lot of spoiled, greedy people that just don't know when to stop asking for more. I think it's been great. I mean, we got new Luigi U. We got Pikmin 3, which I am enjoying immensely. We got The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker coming out, the HD. I cannot wait for that. The Wonderful 101. We got Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze coming out. Super Mario World, and next year, who knows? I mean, all kinds of stuff hasn't even been announced yet, but we know Bayonetta 2, that's going to be an exclusive so far, as long as they don't pull a Rayman Legends on us. That's awesome on the Wii U. That we'll be covering that here on the channel. There's actually so much. Next year, we got Mario Kart 8, Smash Brothers. I mean, it's going to be great. A brand new, entirely new Zelda. So it's going to be awesome. There's talks now, maybe even doing Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess HD. So, you know, we got Call of Duty Ghosts is now coming out on the Wii U. We got Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. It's good. I mean, I'm happy with what's been coming out. You know, the DLC issue on the Wii U is still kind of sucky. Injustice Gods Among Us is a great example. But I mean, as far as what I've been playing on the Wii U, I love it. And I am interested in what's coming out. And you know, Reggie Fils-Aimé always says this, and you have to agree with him. You can only get Nintendo content on a Nintendo system. Nintendo players want to play Zelda. They want to play Mario. They want to play Yoshi. They want to play whatever, Pikmin. Sure, better third-party support, of course that would help. Definitely. Especially somebody that wants it all in one system. But right now, Nintendo has its fan base, and I think they're doing fine. Sure, everybody wants more. Everybody, you know, they're saying it even still with the Vita. But I look at it like the 3DS. Now look at the 3DS. I mean, look at the amazing library it has. And it's young yet. It's still growing. Vita's still growing. There's a lot of things coming out with Vita now. I mean, you saw the press conferences. Same with Nintendo. So I think this holiday is going to be great. I think what's out now is really good, and I can't wait to see what Nintendo comes out with next year. I think there's going to be some really good titles for the Wii U. So, and you know what? That's a lot to say, especially when you have two behemoths coming out this holiday. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You still got a great lineup from Wii U coming out. My personal opinion. What games are you looking forward to the most this holiday? I guess Lizzie 4. I guess she's talking about it in general. Well, I'll say it again. Gran Turismo 6 on the PlayStation 3. Super Mario World on the Wii U. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed 4. I'm looking forward to Watch Dogs. I'm looking forward to, and I'm talking about in the November-December time frame. You know, all the launch lineups for the new systems. So it's so hard to answer. There's a lot. Did you get a chance to check out the Ouya? Thoughts? Also, what you're doing on here and enjoy your stuff a lot. Like how you are honest and truthful. Karen Westwood. Oh, thank you a lot. That means a lot to me. You know, we don't have a massive channel here. I don't have thousands of subscribers and thousands of views. But I'm glad that I'm putting out good content and truthful content that comes straight from me and that's not altered from anyone else. It's my, you know, personal opinions and my experiences. I'm glad you enjoy that and you see what I'm doing here. I hope that grows. I hope the word gets out. You know, sometimes it takes time, but even if it stays like this, I'm happy with that. You know, I like this channel. I'm happy with the channel. I'm trying to strive each day, do new things, and it does mean a lot to me. So thank you for enjoying what I'm doing here. I'm glad you like it. I hope you spread the word to other people too. As far as checking out the Ouya, I did check the Ouya out. I actually do like it a lot. It's a cool system. You know, it's ballsy coming out during a year like this with all these great systems and games coming out. But the Ouya has its own, you know, fan base and its own audience. I think it's great what they're doing. I really do. It's a cool system. A lot of the games are free. A lot of the games are cheap. You can check out all the games. There's a lot of demos. A lot of nice independent indie developers. There's some really good franchises on there. You know, there's a lot of games that I play on the iPad and Android, and they're on Ouya, and I like that a lot. How you can play them on your big TV. So it's definitely a cool system, and it's $100, so you know, it's reasonable. What surprised you most at E3? Tim Timpson. A lot of things. I mean, minor things and major things. Well, I guess to be honest with you, out of all the things, the most thing was the PlayStation 4 price. I mean, you know, especially after the Xbox One price, you know, $399. That was the most surprising to me, and especially knowing Sony's past and they've been one of the most expensive. I mean, look at the PlayStation 3. My God, when that thing came out, you know what I mean? You had to go out and get a loan. So, talk about competitiveness. Sony's on the ball this year. Got to give them props, you know. I had no idea that there was a new Donkey Kong Country coming out. I think we all thought that they were working on a Metroid game, which would be nice. And you know what? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're not working on it either. Who knows what they're doing behind closed doors? That's just what they're announcing. And I am a big Donkey Kong Country fan, so I'm definitely going to be checking out Tropical Freeze. Excuse me. I guess the whole thing with Nintendo not having an E3 press conference and having a Nintendo Direct, but you know what? We knew that a while before, though. They announced that Nintendo, you know, does different things than everyone else. I guess there was a couple of game announcements that I wasn't aware of, so, you know. But other than that, it's pretty much the PlayStation 4's price. Overall, what did you think of E3 this year? And that's also from Tim Timpson. I thought it was good. I'm sure it could have been better. You could debate that. You can nitpick. But I think for what it was, you know, the two... don't forget, you know, it's the first time we actually saw the PlayStation 4. They actually unveiled the hardware. That was cool. A lot of the games were cool. We got to see extra footage of games that we haven't seen yet, like with Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed 4. You know, I thought it was a pretty good overall. I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It was good. I wish Nintendo had a regular press conference and not a Nintendo Direct, but Are you going to be playing new Luigi U DLC on your channel? Thanks, love the channel, and you have inspired me to make videos. Kate Roberts, wow, thanks a lot. That's cool. There's people on here that have inspired me, so you know what? That's great that you take that from me. That means a lot to me. It really does. I mean, it tells me that there are people, the ones that are watching, are appreciative. Quality over quantity, basically. So that's good. I'm glad the people that are watching this content are enjoying it. And you know, I have talked about this before in channel updates. Maybe you missed it. I have talked about it on Twitter. I am definitely going to be playing new Luigi U. I got it sitting right over here in the green box. I actually waited and bought the retail copy. Actually, depending on when this video goes live, you'll be seeing it very shortly. So that is going to be one of my next playthroughs. Love your Vita and 3DS collection videos. Will you be doing more of these for other systems in the future? We all would love that. Thanks. Keep up the great work, Sean. I am, actually. To be honest with you, I'm working on one right now. I'm waiting to get a few more titles yet before I make the video. Instead of making the video, then getting more titles and say, oh, I wish I would have added them to the collection video. But I am working on a Wii U collection video. And so the thing is, every time I want to get a Wii U video going, there's more games coming out. Yeah, so much for Wii U not coming out with games, right? Like, you know, I'm probably going to wait for the Wind Waker to come out. I'm going to be picking up Rayman Legends soon on the Wii U. And, you know, of course, Christmas time, you got Mario and Donkey Kong, but that'll be in the second collections video. I don't want to wait too long for it. And, you know, the game hasn't even been out a year yet, so I kind of wanted to wait. But I think I'm about due now. I'm probably, you know what, I'm probably going to do the Wii U collection video in around mid-October. Because I might pick up the Wonderful 101. So there'll be a few titles here and a few titles that I've missed. Like Resident Evil Revelations. I was thinking about getting Madden 13 on the Wii U. I didn't pick up Madden 13 yet. I'm getting Madden 25 on the Xbox One. So there's a couple more Wii U titles I want to get. Sonic All-Star Racing. So we'll see. I might gather a few more titles up and definitely do that video. But you're definitely going to see it. And I am probably in the future going to do maybe a PS2 collection video. An Xbox One. I have a massive, massive GameCube collection. I have a massive PS1 game collection. I have a massive Super Nintendo and NES collection. I have a massive TurboGrafx 16 collection. A Sega Master System collection. I have a massive Atari collection. I have a massive original Wii collection. a PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 collection, a big, you know, a lot of collections. A PSP collection, so a Game Boy Advance collection. So you're definitely get Game Gear collection. Man, I'm thinking of tons of them. I would love to do all these collection videos for you. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do them in the future. Definitely. Please do an in-depth room tour. Thanks, Crammy Conklin. Oh, well, that's definitely going to be interesting. I would love to. Those of you that follow me, I think it was back in March or April, I did a quick one. But I've redesigned this room since then. It's actually not as hectic. I boxed and put a lot of things away. I have thousands and thousands of games and thousands of systems and memorabilia, and not even just that, movies, DVDs, books, strategy guides. I got closets full. Music collections. I literally have like those 300 CD binder holders. I probably got 65 to 75 of them filled. No lie. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I have trunks filled. To go through all that, it would have to be like a 10-part thing. I mean, believe you me. You know, I'm not. You know, you see these game collections by a lot of like these room tours and these big time game collectors. I'll give them a run for their money. You're not even seeing half this stuff in here. It would have to be an in-depth tour. Believe me, that's a project in itself. But I would love to do one though. Half the stuff I don't even know where it's at. It's in here somewhere. You got to remember, I've been collecting since I was a kid, since I was crawling. I've never gotten rid of anything, and I've just been buying since. What's your thoughts on Diablo 3 for consoles? Timmy J. I think it's fantastic, and I'll tell you why. Right now, with the 360 and the PlayStation 3, sure, they've risked a lot graphically. But think about how easier it'll be able for people to run it now with a console instead of having a computer. And here's the thing now, out of all that, there's no auction house. The loot drops I heard are all significantly better. There's even exclusives on certain consoles that you get them on. And not only that, there's no online. You can play offline, and it has nothing to do with the Battle.net account. Right there and then that should sell you. So my suggestion is if you already have Diablo 3 on the PC or Mac, should you switch over? That depends. If you're an average player, I say probably not. But if you're a huge player or you're really looking forward to playing offline, I would definitely get it. I'm getting it on the PlayStation 4, so visually it'll also be stunning. So just imagine how that game's going to be on the PS4. So I'm holding out. What DLC character would you like to see in Injustice? Mark Lizgini. Well, they're supposed to have, I guess, Red Hood. I would have to say Beast Boy. Or the Riddler. Do you sell any games like on eBay or do trade-ins with GameStop? Thanks. Great channel. Also from Mark Lizgini. No, I don't. I don't get rid of games at all or trade anything. Even if I have a double of something, I keep it. I'm obsessive compulsive hoarder. Like I should be on that show Buried Alive. That's how I have this massive collection. I don't think out of all the years of gaming I've ever done a trade-in or sold anything. I go there and buy things. I don't sell them. I got problems, but there's worse people out in the world, like Kevin Bacon. Are you going to play any of the Last of Us DLC on this channel, Tammy Gamer Girl? Oh yeah, I will. Oof, definitely going to be doing anything that comes out on The Last of Us. That's coming up to be one of my favorite games of all time. And I have a list of my favorite games of all time, and it ain't that big. And it's moving into that spot. I can tell you right now, The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, and Super Mario Bros. 3 is on there. And not many other ones are on there. Skyrim is on there. Myst is on there. What launch games are you getting? Mike R180. Well, I'll give you a few. On the PlayStation 4, I would like to get, well, some of them I already have pre-ordered. Killzone Shadowfall. That's a no-brainer. I'm going to get Knack. I'm such a big fan of Mark Cerny. I've been following him for so many years. He's such an inspiration. I mean, Crash Bandicoot, all the projects that man's ever worked on. That alone makes me want to buy the game Knack. He's phenomenal. I can't wait to see what he brings to the table. There's nothing that guy does that's half-assed. I'm going to be getting Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4 on PlayStation 4 because there is going to be added content. I look out for that when I buy cross-platform games. Which versions are better on what system. And the same thing with Watch Dogs. I'm going to be getting it on PS4 because there's added content. Supposedly there's a lot. And I want to get Drive Club, which I heard is going to be free when I get PlayStation Plus. So, I won't have to worry about buying that. And I would say Infamous Second Son, but it ain't coming out for launch. I think they said early next year. So, oh, and I want to get Need for Speed Rivals on PlayStation 4. And probably Battlefield 4. And then for the Xbox One, same thing. Killer Instinct is going to be a free-to-play, but there is, you're going to have to purchase characters. So I'm definitely going to get Killer Instinct. One of my all-time favorite games ever, the original. There's supposed to be an actual emulator of the original game too if you buy like the Mega Pack. Dead Rising 3, Rise, Son of Rome, Forza 5, Call of Duty Ghosts, Madden 25, and I guess that's pretty much it for now. Yeah, so. Alrighty. Thoughts on Vita TV? And competing with the Ouya, Larry Boy Oliver. Yeah. I think it's awesome. They're really going after everybody, Sony. And you're right, they're going after the Ouya. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I think they're going to be successful. Same price, bigger, better library, more services, as far as what I can tell. There's even going to be a PS4 streaming. So, you're going to have the remote play built right into the Vita, but now you can actually stream to another television in another room. And you can play all your PlayStation Vita games right on your television. I mean, how cool is that? And all the services, Hulu, YouTube. But there's also something that people are forgetting about, too. They're also going after other companies like Apple TV and that Chromecast. So, although, well, maybe not Chromecast, because that's like $39 or whatever. But Apple TV, they're going after also. But, it's a micro console. I think it's actually pretty cool. I think it's a good a move by Sony. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out. Okay, and that is it. So that was a great episode, in my opinion. I'm glad I did this. Again, that's it for episode 3. There should be an episode 4 coming out by the end of this year. So start sending me the questions now. I take them as soon as when this video airs. I will be collecting the good ones. And hopefully we can make episode 4 even better than this one. Thanks for your questions. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the, the suggestions and the comments and the likes and dislikes and criticism. I enjoy it all. I want to hear from you. That's what this show is about. That's what this channel is about. Thanks again, and I will join you on the next episode of Questions for the Goof. Peace out, everyone.